We're going to be turning our attention now to chapters 4 and 5 in the textbook, which concerns the writing process. This is an overview to help you as you read it on your own. Figure 1, the writing process, is not rocket science, and I think you should be familiar with each step in that process. I would like to highlight that all writing includes audience analysis. That means you take into account who the audience is, what they are interested in, what they want to learn more or know more about. It's really what every faculty member tries to do when we think about you being the audience. But when you're writing, you're not writing for me in business. You'll be writing for your boss in business. And what interests your boss fascinates you. Often, that first step is messed up in higher education because the truth is you're writing for me. And that's not the way it's going to be at work, because my job is to give you feedback. Your boss's job is to give you feedback, and if it's knocking on your door and saying, hey, you know what those little green squiggles are in Word? What those little red lines are in Word? They're editing tools. Use them. That'll be a first aha moment in work. So consider your audience. Who is that email going to, and why are you sending her or him that message? You don't just open up your laptop and start keyboarding. You have to give some thought to it and what you want to say and how you want to say it. For example, I really like those headings when you say executive summary, action required, background, recommendations, headings that make sense with bullet points that speed the writing up. Proofreading is the biggest error students make, and actually it's an error that folks can get to, as I get to myself, in the rush to crank out a lot of emails and a lot of informational responses. Sometimes we don't read our stuff the way we ought to be reading it, and we get in trouble. Figure 2 on page 107, it asks 5 key questions. I would be familiar with each question and with each answer as you prepare. Also, figure 4, when it gives a general purpose statement and a specific purpose statement. Generally in business writing, you want to be specific. You don't want to waste time. Now, there's a section on writing for different media, and it talks about email writing. Well, you've heard that before. Memos are used less and less because people just don't have time to read them. But if you're asked to write a memo, be sure that the grammar check, the spelling check, etc. has been performed. And in fact, when I'm writing email that I think is critically important, I write it out in Word, edit it, cut and paste, move things around, think of headings, look for the green wiggly lines and look for the red squiggly lines for spelling error and grammar error, and correct it, and then copy and paste it as an email, or if it's a memo, as an attachment. In my humble opinion, letters are virtually non-existent today. Why do textbooks put them in? It's like lemonade. It's always been tasty, so they think they can sell the books that way. But the main point is revision and proofreading. If you don't do that, you're going to turn in sloppy work, and you don't want to get the reputation as a sloppy worker.